Muted so you can hear me clearly, but I can see the chat. So, welcome to Tuesday morning. I keep thinking it's the weekend. Also yesterday I kept thinking it was the weekend and it was Monday. So, I guess that might be a good thing. Maybe my life feels like a weekend. I hope everybody's feeling good, and we're going to begin on our back, hands by our side. And you can straighten your legs if you want. I'm going to keep them bent so that I'm really ready to go right after a few breaths here. So I'm opening up my toes and I'm planting my feet into the floor. And then from here, I inhale and I just let my back slightly come off the floor just naturally with the inhale. And then I exhale and I close the rib cage and flatten my back on the floor. It's fine that you guys, that a lot of you don't have the camera on. That's okay. Those of you who do, I can kind of see you, which is nice. Okay, so again, we just inhale, allow the rib cage to expand, and then exhale, press your back into the floor. And then one more time, and we're going to keep the back pressed into the floor. So it's an inhale, and then it's an exhale. Press your back into the floor and keep it there. I'm wondering why Clara's upset. And then from here, we keep our back super, super pressed to the floor, even on the inhale, even on the exhale. And we're going to bring the right hand overhead. If there's any shoulder injury, so if this is already too much, you don't go to that point. You can stop right here. But if possible, keep your back flat on the floor and reach your right hand above the head, touching the floor maybe, and then we switch. So notice that the abs are working. The abs are working to keep your back on the floor, to keep the rib cage closed as much as possible. And also, I want you to imagine that you're holding a block or a ball between your knees, and that way you're actually working your inner thighs constantly, keeping the knees parallel. We're going to go for another 3. For another 2, really getting those shoulders nice and warm. And one more. I think my dog thinks that my daughter's on her way, but she's actually not. Sorry, honey. So both hands above the head. Close the rib cage as you exhale and press both hands down. And I know your rib cage is already closed. I want you to just exaggerate and press further. So you're really working your abs here. And then you inhale. And then exhale, really close. Press one more time like this. And then the next time we do this, we're going to go up into a chest lift. So it's inhale, and then exhale up into a chest lift. I'm looking at my navel. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, reach it. And we're going to go for another 4. And every exhale, I also want you to lift the pelvic floor, which is not something that I see from the outside. It's something that you feel, right? You're basically stopping yourself from going to the bathroom. I'm actually a pick. 2 more. And then 1 more. And the next time we go down, we're going to keep our hands by our side and roll down. Once again, rooting our feet into the floor. And the way we articulated our way up with our upper body, we're going to do the same with our lower body. So exhale, bring tailbone up, and then the lower vertebrae, close the rib cage, booty squeezed, and then slowly down 1 vertebrae at a time. And then again, exhale, lift it up, and then slowly lower back down. We're going to do that 1 more time, and let's just stay up. So hold it here, keep the rib cage closed. So it's not like a yoga stretch, right? We're actually really staying very low, squeezing the butt, squeezing the abs. And then let's bring the left leg to center. Right leg goes onto the left. And we're just going to dip our hips, warming everything up here. Exhale, return to neutral. Inhale, and exhale, return to neutral. We're going to do this 2 more times. And return. 1 more time. And then hold it neutral. So your pelvis is steady and your hip joints are parallel to each other. And you're just going to close and open that right knee. And if you want to focus on the breath, so it is inhale, close, exhale, press. 1 more time. and then reach that leg up and switch. Keeping the booty up so the left knee opens up and we drop our hips to the left, and then exhale, return to neutral pelvis. Using your abs and your butt, return, keep it going. One more time, and then holding it right here, we're gonna close, and then we're gonna open. Staying very steady with the pelvis, rooting your right heel into the floor. And then one more time, and we're gonna straighten that left leg up, just getting that knee kind of ready to go. Bringing the foot down, and then slowly release. So let's go on to, through our side, onto all fours. Onto all fours. At any point when you need a sip of water, you go for it, okay? I already need my handles nearby. So we're going to begin with our hands flat on the floor. So it's just like we did with the feet. We're kind of open up the fingers and we root down. And then from here, we inhale to kind of just release. And then exhale not into a rounded back, but rather into a neutral spine. So this is actually what I want you to really focus on. So just kind of let yourself go, just drop yourself. And then exhale, press your hands. All I want is neutral spine. So you should feel how your abs are tightening up and your shoulders are coming back and away from your ears. And it's as though you're pushing the floor away from you. And in addition, your tailbone slightly drops. Slightly, okay, so that it's aligned with your back. Holding it here nice and strong, just bring your right hand up. So nice and strong, nothing else changes, right hand up. Inhale and bend the elbow, bringing it back. So if you were to look at me from above, you would see me do this. So I'm opening back. It's not close to my body. I'm really squeezing my shoulder blade. So it's this, and then bring it forward. We pull, and then we really push. We're gonna go for another 2, and then push. We're gonna go for 1 more, and then push. Reach your right hand forward, get your left leg back. I'm gonna slightly bring my right leg to center, and my left leg is gonna go back pointed, abs are super tight. This time, elbow to knee, knee to elbow, and extend. Crunching your abs every time. 3, inhale, extend. 2, crunch. Last time, and hold it right here. Inhale to prep yourself, come out of your left shoulder blade. Exhale to reach for your foot behind you, and then kind of press that left foot into your right hand and lift your chest as much as possible while maintaining a strong stretch in the left leg. We slowly reach forward once again, and then from here we're going to set our left leg down. Press your press your left hand into the floor so you're coming out of the shoulder blade. Keep everything neutral, and we switch. So there shouldn't be a break here. You should be really working hard on that. Let me just flip over here. On that neutral spine and that squeezed shoulder blade. So from here, we're going to pull, and then we're going to push. Inhale on the pull, making sure that your head is aligned with your neck. Exhale on the push. Come out of the right shoulder blade. And then exhale. 1 more. And then let's hold it right here. And we're balancing our pelvis as much as we can, keeping that right hand wide open and pressed down. And we lift the right leg. Inhale here, and then exhale, crunch. So crunch the abs, closing the rib cage, and then inhale, reach. And then exhale. And inhale. Come out of that right shoulder blade. That's really one of the most crucial points here. Keep climbing out of that shoulder blade. Last time, crunch it, then reach it, and then slowly try to grab that foot while maintaining as much balance as possible, as much neutrality as possible in your pelvis. Squeeze the right booty just a little bit, and then gently release. First we put our foot down, then we put our hand down, and then we go up into a plank. I'm going to use my handles now. We go up into a high plank. If a high plank is impossible for you today, absolutely don't worry about it and go onto your forearms. Okay, it just means that you might take a few exercises out, and that's okay. So we're here. All I want you to do is keep your spine neutral here and move from your ankles. Okay, so it's inhale, coming off of your toes, and then it's exhale, pressing your heels down. The key is not to lift and lower your butt. It's just to move forward and back while maintaining this neutral ruler on your spine, right? You're imagining this neutral, ruler keeping you neutral. And just keep going, even though I'm taking a break. So if you need to, you do the same thing here. Okay, that's absolutely fine. We're gonna go for another 2. We're gonna go for 1 more, and then we're gonna stay in the plank as neutral as possible, maybe even bring the feet a little bit further forward so we don't move our back and don't move our butt, and we just bend the knees, exhale, extend. So if you were filming me from my hips up to my head, you would not know that I'm moving. That's the key. That's what works. So let me just make sure that you've got this. It's not this. It's not this. It's plank, and then move your knees through it in the plank. 2 more. 1 more. And let's just hold it for a minute. Lock the knees, squeeze the thighs, and we're going to do that again, 8 reps. Inhale and exhale. 7. So now that you've really got it down pat, I want you to really push through. I know it's a little tough. You can always go onto your forearms if you need to. Okay, facciamo la motte. 4, 3, 2, last time, and then from here, left foot slightly comes forward, and then the right leg goes up and back. I'm planting my hands into the floor, relaxing my neck, relax the head, push the mat forward and away from you. On the next exhale, go deeper into the stretch, open the pelvis, and bend your right knee. So you should be actually facing beyond the left armpit. On the next exhale, drive your right foot outside of your right hand. And then just hop that left leg further back. Let yourself drop your pelvis here. And maybe you can move around in circles. You might want to just stay steady, and that's fine. And if you can, then you're going to just kind of circle around, opening both hip joints in different ways. So you should be opening the inner part of the right hip joint and the hip flexors of the left. And then from here, once again, root your hands into the floor and return to a second stretch. Bring the right leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale again, open and bend, and let yourself open up the pelvis, the waist, a little bit more. Also your pelvis. On the next exhale, bring your foot between your hands, and then slowly come up, 90 degrees in both knees. 90 degrees at both knees. So from here, we're just gonna stay low, focusing on that back knee. You should be feeling that the right heel is digging into the floor, and you should be feeling that that right knee is solid and steady at 90 degrees. If it's too much, you come up a bit, and don't worry about it, that's fine. So let's just hold it right here, staying low, keeping your abs tight, keeping your shoulders relaxed. And then from here, we go up a tiny bit, and then we return to hold. Exhale up a tiny bit, and then return to hold. So it's like super slow motion, and it's completely based on the right heel. You should really be pressing that right heel into the floor. 2 more. 1 more. And then we stay here. On the next exhale, I just want you to come forward as though your left foot is kicking you forward in slow motion. And then inhale, return to 90-90. Exhale forward, Notice that I'm not straightening my right knee. I'm just kind of hovering and return. We're gonna go for 4 and return. Of course, the lower you go, the harder you're working. 3, I want you to dig the right heel into the floor. 2, and it's 1 more. Let's stay forward. Hop the left leg slightly forward so that you're really on the right. And then hop it and drop it. So it's hop and drop. Hop and drop. Keep that right knee bent if possible for 6, 5, whoops, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Rooting your hands into the floor, sending your right leg back, and you're in a plank. If you need to drop to a plank on your forearms, that's fine. And once again, we inhale forward and we exhale back. If possible, I want you to kind of exaggerate the way back, focusing on your heels, so you get a little stretch in your calves, if possible. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then let's stay neutral, bringing your feet pretty close together. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, extend, while not lifting and lowering your butt. So you're trying to stay as neutral as possible. It's 8 here, 8 more. 7, come out of the shoulder blades. 6, 5, 4, good. 3, looking good, looking good. 2, and last time. And then from here, we bring our right foot slightly to center, and then our left leg goes up and back, and I'm pushing the mat away from me. On the next exhale, open the pelvis to the left and drop your left heel. Really allow your waist to open up. On the next exhale, I want you to drive that left foot outside of the left hand and go as deep as you can. So you do want to slide the right foot back a little. And then if possible, you're moving in circles. And if you don't want to do that, then you can move forward and back. And you can just do whatever your body is telling you here. This is your stretch. Whatever it is, just switch directions in the middle. And then from here, plant your hands into the floor. Get ready with your right foot, and then exhale again into the stretch. This time around, that second time is always a little bit deeper. And on the next exhale again, we open and drop. So that means that you're also going to be looking beyond the right armpit. And then on the next exhale, you drive that left foot between your hands, and you come up into a 90-degree angle and you hold. 90-degree of the knees. So the key here is squeezing your right butt, pressing your left heel into the floor. So you shouldn't feel the pressure of the left toes into the floor. That's actually going to protect your knee. Let's just hold it here. And then we go up a little bit and then back down and hold. So the lower you go, the harder you work. And if you feel like going low is painful for you, then that's your body telling you not to do that. You know the deal. 2 and 1. Let's stay low. And then we're going to move forward as though we want to lift the right leg, but we don't. And we just return. Exhale, and then we return. Keep going. 7, digging the left heel down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last time, let's stay forward just for a moment, and we lift and drop the right leg. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last time, and we head onto, don't lose your balance like me, we head onto our hands and bring the left foot back. Good. We inhale forward, and then we exhale back. Remember, the forward and back does not affect our back and our booty, so we are just moving really from the heels, ankles, toes. And we're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to stay in a neutral plank and spine. And we bend our knees without moving anything else. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Extend and really get into that left thigh that's been working. I want you to feel it still burning. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. We have 4. Try not to lift and lower your booty too much. 3, 2, last time, and you can stay in a plank or you can put your knees down. Stay in a plank or put your knees down, and your hands should be like this. So the elbows aren't way out, they're slightly in, and we're getting ready for 5 push-ups. Elbows out, not like this because that'll hurt your shoulder, it's slightly in, okay, so that you actually get the chest muscles. Let's begin, 5 reps. 1, 2, 3, exhale up, 4, and last time, and then from here, let's set our knees down. If you need padding for your knees, either fold up your mat or even grab a pillow or something, because I don't want you to be in pain throughout this exercise. If you don't have sensitive knees, don't worry about it. And so actually what's good about me using the handles is that you can see what I'm doing probably better. It's probably clearer in terms of that. So your hands should be directly under your shoulders. Directly under your shoulders. And then from there, you bring your knees slightly back. And so once I did that, I saw that my hands came forward a bit because of the shift in position. So I made sure that again, when I drive forward, I'm still with my shoulders above my hands. On the inhale, we come even further forward and bend the elbows. And on the exhale, we go up and not back. So try not to do this. So we're staying in the modified plank. Inhale, squeeze your elbows to your side. Exhale, come up. Inhale, squeeze the elbows and come up. Good. 4 more. 3 more. Coming up at once. Don't snake your way up. I want you to really, boom, push the floor away from you. And then we have 1 more here. And then we slowly release. You can bring your knees to mat width apart, placing your hands forward in a flexed position, kind of pushing the mat away from you, and release your head down onto the floor. So we're taking a moment here, and then from here we're going to place our forearms on the floor, and your fingers are creating kind of like a diamond, okay? So forearms on the floor, diamond with the hands, and then hop your booty up. You're in a pyramid. Inhale, come forward just a little bit, squeeze the butt. Exhale, up and back. So notice that I'm really talking about just a few inches. It's forward and back. And back. Just 1 more like this. Now, if this is a good range of motion for you, just by all means, stay with it. If possible, come forward all the way down to your hands without dropping your belly, and then up and back. All the way forward, keeping your back and booty up, and then back. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last time. And exhale. Now let's try to keep the left forearm on the floor and slowly transition into a side plank. If the side plank is too much, maybe you even have a shoulder injury, in that case, you should be bending your bottom knee, okay? But if possible, you're gonna have your right straight leg in front of your left straight leg. And you're gonna reach your right hand up. Maybe you can even look up. Inhale here, and then exhale, lift your right leg and place it on top of your left. And then lift your leg and place it forward. So you're just going back and forth with the leg from the top, from being on top of the left leg to just coming forward. Making sure that your pelvis is super steady, so it's forward and back, forward and back. One more time. And back. Now, maybe, only if possible, keep your feet stacked. If not, keep your right leg forward. Inhale. Exhale into a rotation, looking back, having your right hand really slide under the left armpit, and then slowly through that we transition over to the other side. And I'm going to make sure that I'm facing you, so I'm actually going to take a break here, not on purpose. Okay, so remember you can always bend your bottom leg, and we're going to drive the hips up, and then maybe we can just gently bring the left leg on top of the right, and then gently replace it forward while everything else is steady. If you can, you look up at your hand. That really is not necessary, especially if it hurts your neck, then absolutely don't. And we're going to go for another 3. And then return, 2, and then return. Last time, and then we're going to stay with one foot over the other, and then from here we inhale, exhale into the rotation, looking back. Place your left forearm onto the floor just as it is, and return to a plank. So just keep holding your plank for a second. Just want to make sure this is the way your forearms are right now. And just hold it for a sec. Inhale, slightly shift your weight to the right, and then over to the left. Inhale and exhale, coming out of the shoulder blades. It's another 10, 9. Every time you shift position, right, every time you shift from left to right and vice versa, it's almost like you want to come out of the shoulder blades. So if you notice there's a tiny, tiny lift in my shoulder blades when I go through the center. 2 more. Last time. And we gently release. If you need a drink of water, then please go ahead, take it. If you're like me and you need to towel off desperately, then go ahead. And let me just make sure that you guys really do. If I, hold on. Oh, there we go. So if I'm, I think I should lift that up a bit. Okay. All right, let me see everybody. There we go. Okay, moving on. We are on our hands, or your handles, or your weights, or whatever it is that you're using. And we get into the plank again. So we're gonna do the 5 push-ups again out, and we're gonna go onto our knees again for the tricep push-ups, and then we're gonna head on to standing once again. So we have our second set, 5 push-ups on your knees or your toes, elbows slightly out. Inhale down and exhale up. 4, 3, 2, last time. And gently place your knees on the floor and place your hands directly under your shoulders. Inhale, come forward, elbows in. Exhale, don't go back, just go up, abs are tight. Let's go for another 7 of these. 7, squeezing the elbows into your body. 6, squeeze the elbows in. 5, good, looking good. 4, you should not be releasing your abs at all. Okay, 3, press, 2, you can always make your range of motion smaller, last time, and from here, once again, we hop into a high plank, and from there, we're actually gonna head over to standing. So let's first get into a high plank, and once again, for the 3rd time today, we're gonna stretch the right leg forward, left leg up and back. We're not gonna open up the pelvis. I just want you to focus on getting your right heel down in towards the floor. On the next exhale, drive your left foot between your hands and get your right leg down close to the floor if your knee is healthy. If not, then of course you don't have to go low at all. And from here, we're going to go all the way up to balance, flexing your right leg. If going all the way up to balance is too much, then you just tap the floor, and that's absolutely fine. And then once again, we go down, focus, slowly all the way up to balance, driving the knee up. 2 more, down, and exhale. 1 more. Now, either you're gonna do the same thing again, or you're gonna join me and not touch the right foot to the floor. So it's gonna be back and up. And of course you can go down and up if you need to. And if you can, it's back and up. Keeping the pelvis steady and parallel to the floor when you send the right leg back. Last time. And then if possible, you're gonna stay here. If you need to hold on to something, please hold on to something. Place your right leg on top of your left, opening the knee up. And inhale, sit back if possible. You can stay steady in the stretch, and you can join me and straighten the left leg for 4, and sit back. 3, when you sit back, I want you to really sit down. 2, woo, there's my balance. Last time, and then we slowly send the right leg back, hands to the floor, keep your left leg forward just for a moment, bring the right leg further back, and just drop your pelvis. Drop your pelvis, make sure that you're really opening up the hip flexors on the right side. Let's take a moment and place the right knee down. Now, if this is too much, then you just stay here. But if possible, if you're fully stretched here, and then you gently place your right knee down, the consequence is that you're really gonna feel your quads and hip flexors here. If you squeeze your right butt, you're really gonna feel it. Shifting your weight forward with your upper body, and then dig your hands into the floor and drive your left foot back into a plank. So, left foot slightly comes forward, and then right leg comes up and back. And remember, it's not about opening here. This time it's about getting that left heel down towards the floor. See if you can relax your neck here. That definitely doesn't go without saying. It's not an easy thing to do. And on the next exhale, drive that right foot between your hands. Just get into a little bit of a stretch here. Let your pelvis drop heavily. And then we slowly come up into a standing position, into a lunge. And I want you to just hold it for a moment. And if possible, you're either going to drive your left leg up to balance or maybe tap the floor with the left foot. So it's 1, all the way up, full range, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, you can repeat what we just did for another 4, or send your left leg back into the air and then up. One side is always more wobbly than the other. So if that's happening with you and you're feeling a big difference, that's okay. You'll get stronger. The difference will just become smaller. And then as we go up, remember you can hold on to something if you need to. We place the left leg on the right and we sit way back. Sitting way back here. And only if possible, again, we go up and down. 4 and down. 3, 2, last time, and then we go down. We send the left leg back, and we put the hands down just for a moment. So you can stay in this stretch that we did in the beginning of the set, really sending the left leg back, or we can go a little bit deeper and set the knee down nice and gently, squeeze the left butt. So if you squeeze the left butt and you shift your way forward, you're gonna get an awesome hip flexor stretch, quad stretch. And then from here, we're gonna plant the hands into the floor, hop back into a plank, and this time, we're gonna do another set of push-ups, wide, and tricep push-ups. And for the set of push-ups, we're gonna double it up. So we have 10 reps. You can be on your knees or toes. Let's begin. 1, and up. 2, don't drop your head. If you are dropping your head, you probably need to go onto your knees. So because it's 10, it's a little bit faster than the 5s we were doing. 6, 7, 8, 9, last time. Setting your knees down, making sure your hands are directly under your shoulders, and we squeeze our elbows inwards as we go down and up. We have 15 reps here. Yes, yes, you heard me. Here we go. 1, elbows in. 2, we're all on our knees. 3, squeeze the elbows in. 4, squeeze the abs when you go up. You can always make your range of motion smaller, okay, so you don't have to go very low. I don't care about that as much as I care about your form. So a mini push-up is 10 times better than a deep, bad form push-up. 6 more. 6. 5. It's getting a little hard. 4. 3. 2. Oh, you guys are slightly killing me. 1 more. And release. Knees mat width apart. Hands forward and stretch it out. Let me do that for a minute. And stretch it out. So let's walk our hands over to, you guys can't really see me there. Hold on. Okay, let's walk our hands over to the right just for a moment, but I want your focus to be on the left arms, the connection between the arm and your back. So digging your left hand into the floor, the heel of the hand into the floor, and relaxing your head. Imagine that you're really sitting your butt on your left heel. I say imagine because you don't actually have to touch your heel. I'm not. And then we slowly round our back over to the other side. And then the same thing here. The focus is on the stretch of the connection between your right arm and your back. And you want to focus on pushing your booty onto the right heel. Oh, is that really the time? Okay. All right. Let's head back onto our back. Again, if you need that sip of water, go for it. And sometimes I really I'm big on water. If any of you guys have trained with me regularly, then you know that I'm like, water. But sometimes in the middle of the workout, it's a little too much for me. It just kind of visits me throughout. But believe me, even though you're not seeing me drink a lot, I promise you, I'm a water girl. All right, on our back. So what we're gonna do now is we have kind of like super sets, and the super setting is going to be between abs and booty hamstring. Abs, booty, hamstring. So we have 3 sets like this, and we're just gonna flow them the whole time until the end of the session. So let's first of all, just like the beginning of the session, I had you plant your feet into the floor, really opening up your toes and planting. And then from there, we exhale and lift your booty up, close the rib cage. Make sure that it is not this. Please don't work from your lower back. Please work only from your booty. So let's hold it here. And then we gently shift our weight to the right and left. Notice that I'm not tilting, I'm just shifting. The key is to keep your pelvis balanced. And then we gently center ourselves. Left foot roots down into the floor. Right leg goes way up. If possible, because since you're pretty warm, I do want you to straighten the knee. If that's causing any difficulty, then you can even place the leg on top of the other. So keep driving the pelvis on the right side up to match the left side. Butt goes down and up for 10, 9, only the butt, not your back. Okay, don't squeeze into your back. That means that you're not going to go as high. That's fine. 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you were doing this with your leg on top of the other, we're all going to join you, and you're just going to keep going. So right leg on top of the other, we're opening up the right hip joint. Root the left heel into the floor and keep going for 10, 9. I have my hands on my pelvis so that I really am making sure that I'm not doing this, okay? Because our body will tend to do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try not to drop your booty. Just lift the right leg and place it back down. Root it down. Left leg goes up. Straighten it. And let's begin. Down and up. Through that right heel. That's what should be digging into the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Really dig. 2, and 1. And we're going to join you if you have one leg over the other, making sure that you're not dipping to the left, and you keep going. Squeeze the right booty. Try to lift the pelvic floor throughout this set, even if you release and lift, that's fine. 3, 2, please keep your butt up, and then gently put your left foot down and all the way down to release, placing your hands at the base of your skull, elbows open. Inhale to prep yourself. Exhale to chest lift, 15 reps. 1. This is how slow I want you to go. 2, 3, 4. Make sure the elbows are open and that your head is heavy on your hands. Exhale up when you look at your navel, lifting the pelvic floor. Keep going for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Last time, and we're going to stay up. We're not going to go any further down than this. So this is home base. Get your legs forward. Your hands can come forward as well, or they can stay behind your head, and it's 10. And then we go down just until the shoulder blades. So we stop right here, okay? And it's 9. 8. Stop right here. 7. If you need to bring your feet further forward or your hands forward, that's fine. 4 more. 3, 2, last time. And then we get back to home base. So we stop right here, And we just are gonna hug the right knee in, and we're just gonna lift our chest up to the knee for 3 more, so it's 5 total. 3, 2, 1, switch, and other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, last time. Gently release all the way down, and before we go on to the second set, I just want you to kind of windshield wipe your legs from right to left. And then get back to center. Planting your left foot into the floor from the very beginning, we're gonna lift the right leg, okay? So, already activate your abs, already dig the heel into the floor, and we exhale up for 5, 4, I want you to imagine that the right heel wants to touch the ceiling. 3, you can always bend the right leg though, you can do this just like you did before. 2, and 1, and hold it up. Now just lower your right leg a few inches so that the knees are now parallel to each other. Knees are parallel. And go again. 5, making sure that you are not dipping your pelvis to the right. That's the toughie. I'm really double checking. I'm actually gently placing my hands on the pelvis. 1 more time, and then hold it right here. You can stay here. You can bring your leg up. If you can, you're going to drop your leg close to the floor and make sure that you are not dipping. So keep working. And then again, 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze the booty, not your back. 1 more, stay up, lift the leg, and then gently lower your butt and the right leg. Lift your left leg, dig the right heel into the floor, and we're going up for 5. We switched legs. 4, 3, 2, and last time, and let's hold it right here. So only if possible, bring your knees so that they're parallel to each other, and go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Let's lower the leg down and go. For 5, making sure you're not dipping your pelvis to the left. 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down with the foot and the booty, hands behind your head, elbows wide open. Inhale here and exhale to lift your chest up, and with elbows open, turn your chest bone over to the right, and then lift to center over to the left. So it's like you want to get higher up, but then you drop to the right, higher up, and then you drop to the left. For 10 more. 9, 8, keep going. 7, 6, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and center. Straighten your legs, point your feet, reach your hands up overhead. On the next exhale, dig your low back into the floor and sit up nice and tall. Stay with your pointed feet because that's a stretch we don't often get. And then slowly lower down, all the way. Exhale up, nice and tall and as controlled as possible, and then slowly down. 3 more. 2 more. Trying to keep your hands close to your ears. 1. Keep going except with flexed feet. So now you're flexing your feet, same thing. All the way up and down. 3 more. 2 more. Trying to keep your arms by your ears as much as you can. Last time. And we have our last and final set on your back. On your back. And we're going to do 1 exercise for each side in the bridging. So the right leg is going to be on the left, the knee opens up. We dig the left heel into the floor and lift up. I'm going to turn my palms to face the ceiling so that I really keep my chest open. And for 15 reps for each side, I drop my pelvis to the right, and then I lift back up to center. Drop to the right, and slowly lift. Trying to keep as balanced as possible with your left foot on the floor. You don't need to close the knee, you don't need to open the knee. It should just stay open, and the movement should only be the pelvis opening up and closing to neutral. If you want, you can even make it a little bit harder by going beyond neutral and kind of bringing the pelvis to the left. Okay, that's not for everybody though, because a lot of women have sensitivity in the pelvis, so that extra move might not be good for you. We have 5 more, closing the rib cage every time, using your obliques, the abdominals also, to close in. 2 more. Last time, we stay up, we root the right foot into the floor, we place the left leg on the right, and we drop. Inhale and exhale. And exhale. Keep it going. Really focus in on that transition stemming from the stability of the right foot, the right booty, and the obliques. 3 more. 2. Last time. And then from here, we're going to keep the leg as it is and lower our butt down, placing our hands at the base of our skull. Bring your right leg slightly forward and flex your foot. This is it, guys. This is it. So flex your right foot. Exhale and close the left knee towards the right shoulder. So it's this. And then open. And then open. On the open, press your low back into the floor. 7. I have to see what time it is so that I don't get complaints from other trainers that I'm taking over the user. Okay, we have to wrap up soon. It's not like in the studio, right? And then from here, I want you to stay here. That flexed right foot is important here. So now get the right leg up, and then inhale, lower both legs down, only touching the right heel onto the floor. And then drop it down. And drop it down. 7, 6. What you're doing here, which is nice, is you're stretching the booty of the left side every time you lift the leg. 3 more. 2 more. And we have 1 last time. And then let's switch. So it's flexed with the left leg, right leg on, and we close and open the knee towards the shoulder and down. Get those shoulder blades off the floor. Not a little bit, but completely get the shoulder blades off the floor. 3 more here, and then we add the legs. Last time, and then let's stay right here, and then lift the leg, and then slowly lower. Lift and lower. If you're pressing your low back into the floor strongly, you're gonna really feel the abs working as you lower the legs. Keep the elbows open, so aim for the shoulder and not the elbow. 2 more. Last time. And then from here, just keep your leg as it is and hug your left thigh towards you and really get the right leg close to you by doing that hug, by really squeezing. And then on the next exhale, you're going to straighten the left leg, flex the left leg strong, and maybe you can even lift your booty up to get a deeper stretch. And then gently release to replace the left on top of the right, and then hug the right thigh in towards you. And then really straighten it up, that right leg. And then gently release, moving on through your side into a seated position, nice and gentle so nobody gets dizzy. I'm going to lean on my right hand. So take your time, and you can also kind of lie there and continue later. So I'm on my right, and I grab my left leg, bringing the knee way back, squeezing the left butt. And then we gently release to switch. I am so sweaty that I'm actually just taking this with me everywhere I go. And we release, sit tall, and bring your hands up above your head, bringing your right hand down behind your shoulder blades, and then press back with your head. Inhale, reach it up, and then exhale, switch it. And let's end with a nice deep breath. Open up your chest, inhale, and exhale. Wow, well done. Thank you so much for joining me.